You might remember at the end of Caitlin Clark's basketball season, the WNBA Rookie of the Year said, I'm going to go and become a professional golfer in the offseason.
Although Caitlin Clark has garnered a lot of attention due to her incredible basketball skills, this week she is drawing attention for a different reason. Getting the hardwood down, Clark will play in the LPGA Pro AM event, the Annika, hosted by golf icon Annika Sorenstam at Pelican Golf Club on Florida's lush fairways. But this isn't just any competition. Together with Nelly Korda, the top-ranked golfer in the world, Clark's involvement represents her growing influence in the sports world and was well recognized. The definition of being a multi-sport athlete is being redefined by Clark's presence.
It's in the car, actually.
Sorry about that. Okay, thank you.
Yay!
Why this is so remarkable: not only is Clark's talent the talk of the town, but the LPGA has gone all out to promote her, spending a lot of money on public relations and marketing. But why did this one event spark more excitement than her entire WNBA debut season? In this video, we'll find out how top golfers on the tour, including Korda and Sorenstam, share their thoughts about Clark and why this week might mark a turning point in how people view her in women's sports. Before we break it down, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
Well, it's quite amazing for a Wednesday. I mean, there's so many media here from all different sort of media aspects, local news, lots of reporters around that you normally wouldn't see on a Wednesday out here at an LPGA event. All the spectators are all waiting to get their final glimpse of Caitlin, hopefully a final autograph.
When Caitlin Clark arrived at Pelican Golf Club, it was immediately apparent that she would not be just another golfer. The LPGA capitalized on the opportunity by planning a marketing campaign that emphasized Clark's appeal as a dual athlete and paired her with Nelly Korda, the top golfer in the world. Wasn't merely calculated, it was a declaration that this event was unique. The LPGA had a brilliant idea to maximize the exposure Clark was receiving and to present the world's top golfer, another generational athlete in Korda, as Clark got ready to demonstrate her golf prowess in an arena where the pressure was as great as it was on the court. The atmosphere was tremendous.
How's it going? You've been seeing Nelly Korda do that over and over again for 6 holes now.
It's just satisfying. The way she hits the ball is just satisfying. It's pretty awesome.
The fact the Golf Channel changed its regular programming to include segments of Clark's game live, an unprecedented move for a prom event, was what really made the LPGA stand out.
Even just seeing the national media members that have arrived here, the basketball media that's here to cover Caitlin Clark, and what's sure to be a really special day in the women's game tomorrow.
The emotion was aptly conveyed by social media feeds ablaze with updates, videos, and highlights of Clark's swings that dominated sports news tournament host and golf great Annika Sorenstam. Beyond her talent, Caitlin's ability to inspire and attract new audiences is what she offers. This reverberated among golfers and even reached the wider sports media.
Puts our tournament in a different limelight and just different excitement. You know, they're streaming the summit today, they'll be streaming the Pro-Am. I mean, things that we haven't seen before. You know, wherever she goes, she's been selling out. So hopefully we'll sell out here too. So we're excited about that.
This wasn't just a celebrity appearance. Clark's involvement in golf was more than just a celebrity appearance. She had a genuine connection to the sport, having played since she was a young child. I'm not a professional golfer, but I love being out there enjoying the challenge and the mental game, she said. Her participation represented more than just competition. It was a testament to embracing challenges and stepping outside of comfort zones.
Hey, for some golf.
Perfect out here.
I'll never golf this early in the morning. I grew up in Des Moines and I played there a ton. And honestly, I try to get back there as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot, my older brother plays a lot. So, you know, it's super fun.
After playing with major winner Zach Johnson during her 2023 debut at the John Deere Classic, this was Clark's second major appearance. The LPGA's efforts to highlight Clark while her own league, the WNBA, lagged behind in doing the same are a testament to the potential of embracing cross-sport talent to draw diverse audiences and uplift women's sports. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. We know watching this video takes some of your time, and we appreciate you. Now, let's get back to the action.
Well, first of all, we're thankful that she's here. I think she's been kind of the one on, when you talk about women's sports, she's kind of, other than Nelly, it's been Caitlin. And what she has done is amazing. And like you said, bringing other people into the sport. And golf has been, I think, quite a passion for her for quite some time.
While the LPGA recognizes the opportunity to increase Caitlin Clark's visibility with high-profile pairings, the league's attempts to raise her profile and highlight her accomplishments fell dramatically short despite her incredible influence during her first season in the WNBA. The WNBA's strategy appeared muted despite greater fan ACC and improved TV coverage.
Higher television ratings, higher attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But you didn't do it.
With 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game, Clark achieved Rookie of the Year, a top 5 MVP finish, and multiple player awards during her season debut with the Indiana Fever. She also set multiple league records, including most assists in a season by a player and becoming the only player to reach 100 three-pointers and 300 assists in the same season, breaking 62 records in the process. But when the league had a chance to honor her, it fell flat. For example, her Rookie of the Year award presentation took place in a deserted gym without the fanfare that would have been appropriate for a player of her caliber. In contrast, the LPGA made sure Clark's participation in the Annika received a lot of attention by incorporating her into the Women's Leadership Forum alongside legends like Annika Sorum and promoting her pairing with world number 1 Nelly Korda. Clark demonstrated a deep awareness of her widespread appeal by participating in media coverage and fan access.
Please, Caitlin. Please, Caitlin. 24 years. John, your boy. Caitlin, please.
Caitlin, nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Caitlin! Hung in there, Let's go.
Fans and onlookers were quick to voice their thoughts about this discrepancy. One fan's response encapsulated the feeling that every league embraces her, but the WNBA is demonic. Other fans expressed similar annoyance, implying that the WNBA disregarded the LPGA's marketing plan as a model. Some detractors blame this cautious acknowledgement on the NBA's emphasis on striking a balance between the narratives of veterans and rising stars Commissioner Cathy Engelbert, whose public remarks frequently highlighted the league's general expansion and competitive dynamics without particularly highlighting Clark's groundbreaking contributions. This strategic decision, which sought a balanced approach, ultimately lost the opportunity to capitalize on the Caitlin Clark effect, a phenomena that increased TV ratings and attracted record attendance during her season. Keep in mind Commissioner Engelbert's comment.
I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
By providing Clark with a platform, the LPGA has demonstrated the value of supporting and promoting standout athletes, realizing that their appeal may go beyond the confines of their main sport. When elite players are praised and encouraged, the LPGA not only raised its own reputation but also reaffirmed the potential of women's sports in general. This difference serves as a reminder that using star power involves more than just praising accomplishments. It also entails creating moments that captivate audiences and garner public interest.
And everybody talking about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not? Until Caitlin.
When Caitlin Clark took the field for the Annika Prom, she wasn't merely competing in another sporting event. She was attracting the respect of some of the most illustrious figures in women's golf, and the top players in the LPGA were excited to comment on her, demonstrating the breadth of her influence. Beyond basketball, the event's host, Annika Sorenstam, is a legend of the game. She didn't hold back when praising it, and we appreciate her presence. She has been the one person, aside from Nelly, to boost awareness of women's sports, saying, Stam stated that she emphasized Clark's poise under pressure, saying it's admirable to see someone manage the limelight so gracefully while consistently pushing the envelope.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's been a lot of pressure. I mean, a lot of people looking at her, and, you know, when you set the bar high and continue to move that bar, I mean, people are always going to try and push you down and take you down in different ways and getting criticized, but she's just handled it so well, you know, with such poise and such class, and just keep moving, setting records and doing things that have not been done before. And I mean, that's just, to me, is obviously very inspiring, but it motivates a lot of women to be able to even reach their full potential. And, you know, she's so young too, and who knows what her future will be, but she's just starting out with a bang, and I'm sure she's going to continue. So we're excited to have her here.
Korda Nelly, Clark's front nine partner and the world #1, shared saying Stam's comments. Having someone from a different sport who shares our spirit of competition is refreshing. Caitlin exudes a contagious energy and determination. According to Korda, this intersport friendship demonstrated how Clark's strategy appeals to top athletes on all levels of competition.
Non-serious question, how is your jump shot?
It probably needs work. It's probably not that good.
Not that good?
Yeah, maybe I'll ask Caitlin for some advice, some tips. Next time we'll get together, maybe it'll be on a basketball court. Yeah.
What's your hope of maybe a long-term relationship with Caitlin Clark and the LPGA? What do you hope comes from today?
I mean, at the end of the day, you know, it's just great for the women's sports. I love that she has a love for the game of golf, and me, like, I've never really tuned into watching basketball before her, honestly. So I think it's just growing the interest in all of women's sports, and I hope that's what grows from this relationship.
Brittany Lincecum and other players were just as excited to see Clark at the event. Lincecum said that her contributions to women's basketball are amazing, and that it is simply amazing to see her here supporting us. She has such an influence that I even brought a basketball for her to autograph for my girls. In a recent interview, Andrea Lee and Megan Kong both expressed how much they loved Clark, hoping to run into him while having tea and taking selfies. Lilia Vu and Marina Alex were thrilled to meet Clark in person and learn how the Caitlin Clark effect will increase interest in the sport.
Ran into Andrea Lee on the putting green, and she said, my tee time is at 7:10 a.m., so I'm hoping that overlaps well enough that I'll be able to get a picture. And then on the other side of that, Megan Kang said, oh man, my tee time is in the afternoon. There's no shot that I'm going to be able to catch her in time for a photo. And Marina Alex was especially excited because her locker is next to Caitlin's in the locker room. Said she walked in and saw there she was. She's got a placard just like all the LPGA players right next to her. So perhaps Marina can pick her brain as they're getting ready to head out to the golf course. And of course, you had to chat with Lilia Vu, who's the defending champion. The first thing she said to me was, oh my goodness, so excited that Caitlin's here. She's going to bring so many eyeballs to this week and to our game in general.
Rising stars in their own right, Alex Pano and Rose Young also expressed their admiration for Clark. Jong, who finds inspiration in Clark's ability to remain composed in the face of intense media attention, said, her composure is something I deeply respect. She handles everything thrown at her with remarkable poise. These golfers' warmth and respect were more than just token gestures. They represented a sincere recognition of Clark's contribution to raising awareness of women's sports. Her involvement was more than just a tribute to her passion for golf. It was a blending of sports cultures, uniting followers from other fields and highlighting the possibility of expansion through cross-promotion. When given the proper platform, athletes like Clark may be potent change agents that bring disparate athletic communities together and increase the visibility of women's sports, as her collective appreciation brought to light. The LPGA took advantage of this opportunity to demonstrate how leagues may help elite athletes outside of their main sport. The LPGA golfers' reactions went beyond simple applause. They acknowledged a transformation that was taking place in real time and that positioned Clark as both a basketball star and an inspiration for women in sports, promoting change in a variety of fields.
That's the reason that you play. It's not because of the wins and the points you score. It's the amount of joy that you can bring people and the young girls that will one day grow up to hopefully, be whatever they want to be and get to talk about those moments too.
During her appearance at the Women's Leadership Summit, Caitlin Clark talked passionately about her motivation and her unwavering desire to inspire young girls. Her attendance at the Annika Prom was more than just a break from basketball. It was a testament to her deep commitment to uplifting women's sports. I play for the times when a young girl at a game smiles, yells, or even breaks down in tears when I wave, not simply for the scores or the victories. Clark expressed this strong opinion, revealing that Clark's sports serve as a platform for motivation and interaction. While basketball took center stage in Clark's life, golf remained a beloved pastime. Looking back, she said, "I love being outside and making it competitive with my friends. It's a different challenge mentally and physically." This duality in her athletic pursuits is representative of Clark's multifaceted approach to growth, not just as an athlete, but as a leader. Clark's love for golf dates back to her childhood, when she picked up her first set of pink golf clubs and begged her dad for weekend rounds.
I think the thing about leadership is like how you approach every single person is going to be completely different. And I think the thing that's helped me be successful throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people. And every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background, they come from a different place. Somebody can be a little more tenderhearted, and for me, I probably want to be screamed at. Like, it's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people, but that takes time, and building relationships is really important.
Clark discussed the wider influence of sports at the summit, highlighting how they inspire and bring people from all walks of life together. She pointed out that this belief ties into her commitment to empowering women and fighting for their representation and success in a variety of fields, and her peers at the LPGA shared this admiration for her work. According to Annika Sorenstam, not only is Clark's dedication to women's athletics remarkable, but it is also crucial because she exemplifies our goals of fostering relationships and uplifting one another. Nelly Korda emphasized Clark's impact and added that she is demonstrating that women can accomplish everything they set their minds to when they push past conventional barriers. Despite her embrace of difficulties outside of basketball, Clark's competitive spirit is still apparent. "My greatest inspiration comes from the young ladies at our games, who are motivated not only by her own achievements, but also by her desire to open doors for those who look up to her." She claimed that this commitment is a fundamental aspect of why she plays and how she seizes every chance, not just empty rhetoric. Clark's behavior both on and off the floor points to a larger issue: a vision in which athletics provide a forum for connection and empowerment. Her path never stops inspiring, demonstrating the breadth and intensity of her influence.
Everybody talks about like the effect that we have on them, but also they have the same effect on us. And I think that's what's really cool about it is to see how much joy it really brings them, and it brings their families. And that one game where they spend 2 hours of their whole entire year has such an impact on their entire childhood. And I think that's really cool to think about.
In addition to demonstrating Caitlin Clark's passion for sports, her involvement in the Annika Prom, a demonstration of her steadily increasing impact. Her week in Florida showed that she could reach beyond basketball's confines and establish connections with golfers and fans, as evidenced by the respect shown by LPGA players like Annika Sorenstam. Nelly Korda and Andrea Lee brought attention to a special instance in which sports came together for a larger goal: empowering women in sports, and the LPGA's passionate. The WNBA's underwhelming rookie season stands in stark contrast to Clark's embrace, with improved marketing and strategic pairings. This stark difference serves as a reminder of what recognition and investment in star athletes can achieve. The core of Clark's motivation for competing is her devotion to encouraging young girls and advancing women's sports. This commitment, which is reflected in both her own and her peers' statements, highlights a potent reality. As the 2025 WNBA season draws near, one thing is certain: her path is about more than just her own accomplishments. It's about paving the way for future generations, encouraging a culture of growth, and motivating people to believe in their own potential. The WNBA should take notice of Caitlin Clark, who is not only a star but a force that is changing what it means to be an athlete. Do you agree? Please let us know in the comments by subscribing and turning on all notifications so you don't miss anything. We'll see you in the next one after you click the video on the screen.